Letting me record now. We're good. We're back. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Okay, so thank you all of you guys who have popped on today. I know that there's quite a few newbies on here, which is amazing. You guys, let me mute everybody. You guys all took advantage of the BOGO wrap deal, which is super crazy, amazing. That's so awesome to start off with 2 boxes of wraps, to be able to sell and make $200 in profit, or $100 and plus your startup back. So amazing. And so we have a couple of people on here today that are just going to go through just some, maybe your first 30 days, just some beginning things to just kind of get you started. And then the distributor that signs you up, you guys will go through all sorts of training and all sorts of things together. So that, sorry, more technical difficulties, all sorts of things together, and they'll get you going. But this is just kind of to get you started off on the right foot. So, Danielle, do you want to start so that you can? We got a couple of people who are going to talk today are not feeling well. So, Danielle, did you want to start so that you could go and feel better? Or Ian, do you want to start so you can go and feel better? Crickets. Maybe we lost them already. Okay, well then I will start. So I was just going to go through, some things with you guys, show you just the Facebook pages, show you some things that are available out there as your support. So let me share my screen, and I don't know what's on my computer right now. Sorry. Sorry. Close all this. So just a couple of things that I wanted to go over. First of all is your website. And within your website, there's just really quickly, I'm not going to go through it all because you guys can take some time to explore it, and you'll probably talk with the person who enrolled you. But there is the number one thing that you should do when you get started is to do your It Works You training. The person who enrolled you, I could explain all of the little bits and pieces, but this was created by the company, and it's there for us to use, and they explain it, I think, so much better than I think that I ever could. So I highly recommend that it's over once you log into your website, do your tax forms, and then go over to the It Works You right here, and then just go through and just watch all of the videos. There's actually a great guidebook that wasn't there when I started, for you to follow through. And so it's everything is all written out for you, which is super, super cool. Wasn't there when I first started. I guess I probably should introduce myself too. My name is Jamie. I'm been in this business it'll be 4 years in August. I have worked really hard to be able to, I used to be a teacher. I used to work at an outdoor ed camp, and I worked really, really hard to be able to stay at home and be a work from home available mom, which has just been amazing and wonderful, and I love it. So that's just a quick, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. And so the It Works You, everything that you would need to know is right here, and then that would get you started with questions that you can ask the person who enrolled you, that you guys can chat about what you learned. Then there's other things that I go to daily, is our document library. Within the document library, my computer's moving slowly, sorry. In the document library, there is everything you could possibly need. There's our liability form, which somebody asked me about last night. There's information on every single one of our products. There's, Jess, this is for you, our commission. I was telling Jess that I cannot explain our commission structure to save my life. I've tried, and my mind doesn't work that way. So Jess says hers does, so I'm hoping she's gonna figure it out for me. But everything that you need to know is in the document library. So all about our commissions. There's marketing materials in here. When I first started, I just flipped through here and I looked to see what do I like, what would work for me and what doesn't work for me. And then I save them all in a folder on my computer. There's product info. So I've been doing this for almost 4 years, and I'm not going to pretend to know everything that there is to know about the products. And so if somebody asks me a question that I don't know, I say, hang on one second, and I'll go to the product information sheet. Or if they say, let's look at our fat fighters. You know, if somebody says, can I take fat fighters? I'm on thyroid medication or whatever. I always just give them, you can download this and send this to them. All of the ingredients are in there, and I say, just take it to your doctor, so that it's not on you. It's allowing their doctor to make that decision. So there's a product sheet for every single product that we have. And then under reports, as you guys build, you'll use reports a lot more. There's a few favorites that I use every day, but you'll figure out which ones work for you as you continue to grow. So that is your website. There's also the product coach, which I never really used. And then I started using it, and I was like, where have you been all my life, and why have I not used you? So with a product coach, there's it's the same kind of as the product information sheets, but there's frequently asked questions on here too, and it's just really quick and really easy to be able to get to. And so so it's questions and answers about all of our products. And I was going through it the other day, and I learned that the green shoes reduce your blood pressure. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I had no idea. So there's just so much information on here. So I have the product coach saved in like a little app on my phone, not an app, but like when you go to Safari, it's one of my little like bookmarked things or whatever, because I go back to it and I use it all the time. And I send potentials to it as well. If they have a bunch of questions, you know, and they don't want to hear it from me, they want to read it on their own, I'll send them to the product coach instead of to my website a lot of the time to find the information. So that's the product coach. And then the other place that you can find so much help and so much information, and depending on who your enroller is, there's a couple of different Facebook groups that you have probably been added to. Almost 100% you've been added to Rachel's Skinny Wrap Divas. There's Wrap Your Weight at the top, which is my team page. There's Wraptastic, which is Heather's team page. And then we have all of our leaders are on all of the pages to help support. So let's go to Rachel's, just because most of you guys are probably on Rachel's. So on here, this is a place, I mean, there's 1,300 of us on here. So if you have any questions at any time, if you pop on here, or any of the pages, if you pop on here and ask a question, it could just be a random question that you're like, gosh, I have no even idea what that's talking about. If you just pop on here, then and ask the question, somebody will answer it for you. Somebody will pop up, or 2 or 3 or 4 people might answer it for you. And so this is a place that you can ask questions at any time. Please feel free to ask questions at any time on any of the pages. And then this is also where we remind you of like phone calls, and we remind you of Zooms, and had like little tips and little tricks. And so I've noticed that people who are involved with the Zooms, and people who are involved with are active in the Facebook pages are the people who are more successful, because they're using ideas from others, and they're talking to others. And so I think our Facebook pages, they're a great tool to help you with your business. And then there's like, yeah.
I was going to say, to all search button. So you have a question for like,
You're breaking up. I can't hear you. You're like totally frozen. I think she said she's going to pop back on. You can search the group too. Like I'll think, gosh, I remember Robin did this really great post about something that she sent to all of the people, you know, like she sent out messages as, and so I can just search by her name, or I can search by her name and like DT post or something, and then I can go through and search, and hopefully it'll be easier to find what she posted. There's also photos on my team page. There's photos like your like initial starting posts. There's different ideas for other posts that you can use. I have them broken up into albums, but there's albums of different pictures, and then there's also an albums with videos. So all of our past Zooms are all in here, so you can watch any of the videos. And then there's also the files section. So under the files section, and this again, I went through and I downloaded what was relevant to me, and I ignored what I didn't think would work for me, because we all work in different ways. We all have different personalities. And so I found what I thought I would use and that I like. So I downloaded it and saved it on my desktop. So I just kind of one night, just mindlessly, TV was on in the background, and just clicked through and just went through it and saw what I liked. And then the other thing, the last thing as far as the websites and Facebook goes is Maddie. I don't think Maddie's on tonight, but Maddie, so we have amazing top leaders that I follow, that I get that I get inspiration from, that I absolutely love. I love seeing their journey, and it makes me want to push further to be like them and to be where they're at. And so and then also they have some amazing posts that I can learn from. I try not to steal their posts word for word, but to look at them and to kind of get some inspiration and change it up to make it my own. And so when you find our top leaders like Jade Hooper, when you follow them, this was like totally blew my mind, and I just learned this like maybe last month. When you follow them, you can, like, this is the, if I unfollow, can I unfollow? So when you click on follow, you can click on see first. So when you go to your homepage, you'll see the top leaders that you want to watch. Of course, none of them have posted lately, but you can see all of your top leaders in your first, like when you pop on, it's in like your first 20. And so you're always kind of seeing what they're doing. Of course, right now we're not getting any of them. Of course. But like Jocelyn Yates and Jade Hooper and Christina just recommended somebody else that I followed. She drives this amazing cool Jeep. I can't remember her name for the life of me. But there's just different people who we follow, and the distributor that enrolled you can help you with the names of people to follow. It's also in the Facebook pages too. So that was a really quick spiel just about what tools are out there as far as Facebook and your website and the product coach goes. I know Anne or Danielle, do either one of you guys want to go next? That way you can go and be sick and be with your sick kids and get better.
I can go. Is there something else you want me to talk about? Because I had like team pages and stuff down for me to talk about.
Oh. Did I take your stuff? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just looking, I was like, well, okay. I was just going to also chime in about like your first Facebook post. I know some people are like super nervous when they first start off, and they're like, I don't know what to post at first. I don't know what to say. And I think the key is to be excited about what you're posting. So I have a girl on my team, and she was posting stuff for like a week or two, and she finally, like, someone commented and was like, have you been hacked? So I think like for her, she was like, no, I haven't been hacked. Like, this is what I'm doing now. But I don't think that she ever like originally said, hey guys, I'm a part of this really awesome business now. No, my Facebook hasn't been hacked, or, just to do like a play on words. I know Rachel has that post in her group. There's quite a few different posts, but just to maybe get out there what your why is. Like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this to make extra money to go on vacation, to, pay off some medical bills, whatever it is? Just kind of put it out there, because then people are more apt to follow you, and they're going to be excited for you.
I love that. Is there anything else? I feel like that wasn't, so sorry I took your stuff.
It's okay.
No, I feel like there was something else.
You said that? I mean, I could talk about something else if you want me to talk about something else.
You have amazing things that you do and that with your team and that you talk about. I don't know if there's something else that.
I mean, I know, like I said, you get excited, but that's such a huge part. You know, you bought a business essentially, so that's a huge thing. And then just to actually like search in the groups. When I first started, like all I was doing was scrolling through the groups. And there's that search bar that she showed you, but just look through those and see what people like. I occasionally will just type in testimony, because everyone asks for some kind of testimony on a product. And I found some really good posts from there just searching for something. And I did a few posts last week just by searching testimony and I think diamond makers. And there were so many girls who shared different stories on there and, you know, just to get inspiration from that. So I would definitely search in there.
Awesome. And what about, so I went back through our messages. I was like, oh my gosh, what did I write? Just encouraging to jump right in. And then, you know, just, and Rachel was really good, and Rachel's sick tonight, our presidential leader. But she, you know, about jumping right in and overwhelming and all that jazz. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so it definitely can seem overwhelming because you're probably two or three groups and there's tons of posts going on there. You get your eSuite and there's a ton of stuff in there to look at. So I would really just try and make like a small goal for each day. So whether that is to watch one training video in your training academy or to, you know, set up a few posts for that day or to reach out to a few people that day. Set small goals. And that was probably the biggest thing for me, was to set something small, something that I knew that I could achieve rather than overwhelming myself with 20 million things going on, just because there is so much going on. But then kind of once you achieve like a small goal and you say, okay, great, I got my first customer. Now let's go get another one. And I know for my girls and guys, like I always encourage them to just go get those first 4 first. Like, don't worry about getting a distributor. Don't worry about reading everything in your eSuite. Don't worry about watching all of those videos at once. Like, I took probably at least 3 weeks to watch all of mine because I was only watching like 5 or 10 minutes at night. So just to take it, like, just make small goals for yourself each day. And I think that you'll find yourself more successful rather than trying to buy, you know, chew more than you could bite off at the time.
Right. I love that. You're right.
Jamie.
Hey, we can hear you now.
Okay. I had one suggestion when it comes.
Oh, hang on. Okay, now you were muted for a second. Go ahead.
Okay. When it comes to posting, just make sure that you're not sharing your enrollers post, but to copy and paste what they're posting. Because if you share your enrollers post, it's going to get whoever your friends and, sorry, now my husband's being loud. Close the door, baby. It's going to get your friends to your enrollers page versus to your page. So you want to make sure that you're copying and pasting what they're putting and having your phone number and your information to contact you versus your enroller or whoever else you're sharing their stuff.
Right. Good point. I always forget to say that. You know, there's things that you think about that you've been doing, but then you always forget to put that out there. Yes. All right. Anne, do you want to pop on next?
I'm here finally. Sorry about that. I have a sick boy. Okay, so I guess with my biggest thing with some of my new people is they want to know about, everybody always asks about auto ship. Oh, I don't want to auto ship. I don't want to auto ship. That's like the biggest thing. So I just try to make sure that they have like a reason to auto ship. I just go into all the positive stuff, like they're getting perk points and they're getting, you know, what they're going to get dwelling on the auto ship. So it's like only 3 months and then they have a lifetime account. They can sign, they don't have to auto ship if they don't want to. So they're always going to get the products for the price that they want to get them for. They can turn it off and on their own. You know, they're not strapped into calling, because a lot of companies make you call and then people are like, oh, I got to sit on the phone for 20 minutes, you know, try to get it canceled. So I always stress that it's so user friendly so that people don't get scared of, you know, having to have that auto ship, because it is scary for people. So I try to say like,
And this is when you're enrolling loyal customers, right?
yes, like every time, because, and that's the biggest thing. People, like all my new people say, nobody wants to auto ship. Like I hear that over and over and over again. So I try to avoid the word auto ship. I say, you know, you're going to be my customer. You're going to get, you know, the pricing. You're going to, you know, you're going to get perk points. I just go through the positive, 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 rather than, you know, dwelling on it being, you know, I really don't even say auto ship if I can avoid it, you know, so that they're not thinking that they're strapped into it. And I usually say like customer rather than loyal customer, because sometimes throwing in loyal makes them feel like they're so obligated. You know, it's just like, oh, you're going to be my customer. I try to do it such a personal level so that, you know, you can't beat it. You're getting 40% off. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. You're going to, you know, and I make it all about them. And then they feel more, you know, more personal, I guess. So that seems to be like, it's been very helpful with me. You know, people don't seem to mind that, you know, so I guess that's a big one. And then let's see, I think like a lot of the products, there's something for everybody, which is cool, because you're not going to get that with makeup. You're not going to get that with, you know, a lot of the other companies, the bags. I mean, guys aren't going to buy bags. And I have a huge list of customers that are guys buying, you know, vitamins. Older people, they, you know, like skincare cream. They might not want to take stuff, but they like skincare cream. I know one of my distributors, she's got her grandmas all using skincare products, and they, you know, they love them. So it's like, who doesn't need eye cream, right? Let's see, what else do I have on here? I guess posting, I think the more personal you make it, the better. You know, if you do a picture of yourself or even your hand holding something you're using, people like that more than ads. You know, you're basically living the lifestyle. You're out at the pool, you're having a good time. This is the best job ever. You know, if you're focusing on your distributors, you know, getting more distributors, you know, you're not going to have that at a 9-to-5 job. And I've been with my own business for 14 years, so I kind of have, like, I already have that mindset. So I know, but it is so nice to not be able to have to answer to somebody. And, you know, you can stress that, like, this is what you're doing. You're, you know, you're at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're at the pool. You're not at a 9-to-5 waiting for 5 o'clock to come roll around, you know. So that's a big one. Let's see, what else did I write down here? You're going to have good days and bad days. I had 2 months ago, I signed 8 loyal customers in 2 days. And then I went a month and signed like 3. You know, I mean, it happens. You can't get mad about it. You know, people are going to tell you no. And a lot of times those people come back. So you just never put anybody on the back burner. Like if somebody tells you no, say, okay, you know, I'll see you soon. That's kind of what you got to think about. It took me 3 years to call Rachel back. 3 years. She didn't even bug me, but I still called her back. So, you know, once you plant that seed with somebody, they're watching you. Don't ever have a negative, anything negative, because people are watching you. As soon as you start this business, people are watching you because they want to see what you're doing. You know, it doesn't matter. They're watching you. Even if they don't like it, they're watching you, you know. So you have to always, always, always be positive. Oh, and I think like another thing. So I did a family picture last night. I think it's already got over 100 likes. And then I do an ad. It gets 5 likes. And everybody says that, well, nobody likes my stuff. Only 2 people. It doesn't matter. They're still watching you. Even if they don't like it, they're still watching you. And then you put up a picture of your baby. Well, all those people that like that picture, they saw the business post. Even if they didn't like it, they saw it. So you planted the seed. So it, you know, you have to just keep rotating the posts like that. And don't get discouraged if people don't like it. Keep throwing up stuff they do like, because then they'll be seeing the stuff that you know that you're wanting them to see too. And I think that's huge. It's really big. You've got to keep posting like all day long. Even if it's, you know, just even if it's anything, even if it's not It Works, you have to post something because it keeps your page action. It keeps action coming to your page. you know.
As John Eric says, that if you don't post that day, your business was closed that day.
Well, that's just it. I mean, if you post something that's like, something you did for breakfast, and then 2 hours later you post something, it works. You're drawing attention to your page, no matter what it is. If it's inspiration or if it's personal, you're drawing attention. Let's see if I have anything else. Do you have any questions, Jamie?
No, I was thinking the other, with the loyal customer, the other way because loyal customer, the phrase and the commitment, don't use the word commitment, freaks people out. Absolutely. And so I've started using 90-day challenge quite a bit lately.
That works.
And they're like, well, it's a 90-day challenge. And I say, well, I really need, hair, skin, and nail models for, whatever. So it's hair, skin, and nails over the next 3 months. And so it's not a loyal customer. It's not a commitment. It's not a contract. It's a 90-day challenge. And over these 90 days, let's transform your body into a summer body or something like that.
Like somebody asked me the other day, are you still looking for people to do your wrap challenge?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, always, and it's like, of course I am.
Right.
But yeah, people they're scared. I mean, I even say, when people go to my page, I'll say, shop first. And then, because if they want to go on my page, and I try to talk to people, but if they just insist and they want to go on my page, I'm like, okay, shop first, pick what you want, and then you're going to follow the 40% off customer pricing. I don't even say loyal, I say customer pricing. And I'm like, no fees, because there is the one that says the fees.
Mm-hmm.
And and then if people ask, I'm like, well, it's stupid to even pay the $50 fee, because you could get 2 products for over 2 months that come to that amount. So I just kind of get people to that. They get on my page, they get the product, and then they get to the point where they're like, okay, 40% off. And I always say, you're looking at the smaller price on there, because there's 2. It shows you the retail and the distributor pricing when they go on your page. So they get confused, because it's like, they'll see here's my sick.
Aww.
Can you say hi, Jackson? No. So normally I would be in bed, but I just got back from the doctor.
Aww.
You want to say hi? No?
Jamie, I wanted to add, if you can hear me.
Uh-huh.
I had a potential distributor I met with, and I was telling her, your first customers are not going to be your friends or family, unfortunately. It depends on who you are. But with me, my first customers and my first distributors were from Instagram. They weren't my friends or my family, because even just going to Tony Robbins, he says majority of your family wants to see you fail. Unfortunately, they're going to watch you and watch to see what you're going to do before they're going to join you. And just because your uncle's cousin's friend said that the wraps didn't work doesn't mean that you need to stop selling them. It's something that you have to do for yourself, and don't look to your friends or your family to make you a millionaire, because they're not going to be the first ones to buy from you. So it's something that we always have to remind our new distributors about, because sometimes they'll contact their best friends and they're like, no, I'm not interested. And then they are like, well, too many people told me no, so I'm not good at this. And you have to remember, your friends and family aren't going to tell you yes from the beginning. They're going to watch you. Until I went diamond is when all of a sudden all of my friends started contacting me, or interested in either the product or the opportunity. And before that, nobody contacted me, or nobody was interested. Every time I talk about it, they're like, yeah, I'm not interested, or don't talk to me about that. So you just have to make sure that from the get-go, your friends and family are watching you, and it's not that they're not going to join with you. Eventually, everybody will join with you. It's just from the beginning, they might not. Some people get all of their friends and family, like Nicole Varga, all of her friends joined from the beginning, but not all of them do. So you always have to make sure that you're not getting discouraged when you talk to your friends and family at the beginning, and they're like, nope, I'm not interested, don't want to join, don't talk to me about it.
Right. My family doesn't even know what I do. They're all, so Jane, you're still teaching, right? Are you? No, Auntie, I'm not. I haven't been teaching for a year. No. Oh, you're doing
is
those
so
things.
true, though. That is very true, though. It's usually like that. It happened with me. The one of my clients that I have, I have a cleaning business, and the one that I've known for the longest. I mean, I've been cleaning for her for 14 years. She's a millionaire. I expected her to just to like, yeah, I'll buy something. She's like finally bought a bottle of defining gel for me, and she still will not sign up as a loyal customer. And I'm like, really? So then this other lady that I clean for, her pantry is like throwing up It Works products now. She buys like over $100 worth of stuff every month, and she's the least one I expected to ever get anything. And she loves the product. So it is true. The last person you think that would buy buys, and the ones that you think that will are the hardest ones to usually get. It is so true. It's crazy.
And I love that you commented on the ups and the downs, because we do. And it doesn't matter if you, I get the messages like that. And sometimes you just need to vent. I have one of my wonderful distributors on here today that sent me a message and is just like, oh, I'm just, and then you get it out and you move forward, and you just, because there are, like you said, I signed 11 loyal customers last month, and I was like, holy cow, where are all these people coming from? I haven't signed one this month. Not one. I've signed distributors, not one loyal customer. And it's frustrating, but I know that it will come back around. And I know that, like you said, people are watching, and I know that, you have your good time, your good months, and you have your bad months, and you have your frustrations, but don't you with your job? I mean,
it's like that with every job.
Right. But this, I get to do it on my own terms. It's
exactly
my control, not the control of my superintendent, who is a horrible person who just got fired today.
Like, you could be a millionaire and you're never gonna have a perfect job. You're gonna have your ups and downs, like no matter what you do. With everything, it's like that.
Agreed.
Yeah. So yeah, you can't rely on that for sure.
Right. Thank you. Do you have anything else that you have written down that you want to share? Before you go take care of your sick boy?
Well, he's off to bed. He's usually in bed like an hour ago, so he'll be.
Poor baby.
Daddy's taking him, putting him to sleep. There was something I was gonna say, and I forget what it was. Oh, yeah. So the last week of the month is vent week, anyways, for everybody. And if you don't know that yet, you will.
Quite possible.
I mean, not in a bad way, but it's just, that's the week that everybody's like, okay, who's got what, who's where's what. That's the week or that's the last week of the month.
Right.
Because I know all my distributors have texted me today and said, sorry, I'm venting. I said, that's all right. It's vent week.
Mm-hmm. And you find that person too that you can vent to. Christina, she's got something going on tonight, but she's my person, and we meet for a beer, and I'm like, and then I'm just having this hard time, and then I get it out, and I'm like, and then we're like, okay, let's work, and then we get focused. That you can't pretend that everything is always perfect.
I guess using the products, that's huge. Huge, because I use the products every day, and they work. And if you use them consistently, they work. And people that say, a lot of times you'll get customers that'll buy one, like say they'll buy vitamins, then the next month they'll buy greens, and then the next month they'll buy wraps, and then they'll say this stuff isn't working for me. Well, they didn't stay consistent. If you get on greens and you keep using greens and you start using wraps, if you're consistent, or you do the system and you're consistent, they're gonna work. So like I always say, this is what I use every single day, and I'm consistent, and that's why it worked. But you have to be a product of, user of the product. Like you can tell people, and if you're new and you haven't used them yet, use somebody else's story. You've seen how great it works. You've tried it and it's been great, but you're still a work in progress. You just started. But your friends are doing this, and you've seen what it's done for them. So you have to, you can always use somebody else's story.
I love that.
So, but you definitely need to be using the products, all of them, not all of them, but like
I have your favorites.
Yes, your favorites, exactly. Like find your favorites. So, and every distributor can recommend, especially the greens. The greens. I mean, I don't care who you are. Everybody should be on greens. That's just my philosophy.
Right?
I mean,
Agreed.
yeah.
Totally agreed.
I mean, everybody should be on them. Yeah. So
Right.
my kids take greens, kids greens, not their greens. It's in a multivitamin, but it's a kids, it's got greens in it, probiotics in it. Everybody should be on that. So, and they fight cancer.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know that. It's on cancer.org. Greens fight cancer. So, I mean, we can't say our greens fight them, but taking greens from anybody does it. My mom takes them twice a day and she beat cancer. So, she still takes them twice a day.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So it helps.
Anything else?
Last thing is success loves speed, so get out there and go to work.
Right. And then, I think with it, because I was like, that's a professional development, something that you just learned. Professional development is huge. To work on yourself every day is what's going to allow you to be successful in the long run. And I always thought of it as it's not a money-making activity and I don't want to do it. But I was ironically at 8:00 this morning, still laying in bed, reading The Miracle Morning. It talks about getting up an hour before. How many of you guys are reading Miracle Morning?
I've started getting up at 5.
Did
5.
Chris said that too. She said 5:30. I was like, dang, I got up. Well, I was awake, but I got out of bed at 8. I don't feel good today. But working on yourself will grow your business. It's professional development is such an important part of this, says the teacher. But I think everyone else would agree.
So if I could just add something, Jamie, everyone kind of talked about, we talked about a lot of very specific things to do, like go through eSuite training, go through, how to post and what to post and that kind of thing, people to follow. I just sent a message to my group, follow some of the top earners. But, we also kind of talked about the times where you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get those no's, which makes you want to pull your hair out because it is always the people that you think are going to join you or buy something that never do. And it's always like the most random person that reaches out to you and is like, hey, let me try that. It's super weird because people are like, I know you. Why would I, now you're going to sell me some wrap thing? Like I don't know if they just don't think I don't know what it is, but, I really want people to think, when you first get started in the business, you're super excited. You probably try to wrap right away, or, you kind of caught the vision of the business and what it can do for you. And I just think that's something that's really so important to hold on to, is your why. Like, why did you start the business? Because when you send out all your follow-ups one Friday and you don't get any responses, and you get frustrated and you're trying to go for a goal and you don't hit it, because it happens to all of us, you have to just go, okay, I just need to keep moving forward. But why am I doing that? What am I working towards other than just, this next promotion or this next little customer I have to sign? And, both in really big terms, like what is your long-term why? What is, do you want to go presidential or ambassador diamond and, be a multimillionaire and live in a big mansion? Or do you want to retire from your job, or whatever your big long-term goal is? But, what is your next mini goal? What does Ruby do for you and your family? What does an extra, $300 to $500 a month and a $500 bonus do for you? Does it pay off a debt? Does it make it so that you can go on a vacation this summer or whatever? Write it down and put it on your mirror, put it in your face every single day. Get up in the morning and tell yourself that you're going to do that. And when I started doing daily affirmations, and part of that's in the Miracle Morning, but I had kind of started it before I read that book. it makes a huge difference. It changes your whole mindset for the day. You start thinking more positive. It carries you, throughout the day. And instead of waking up going, oh God, I'm so tired and I have to do this and I have to go to work, and everyone wakes up like that for some reason. But if you wake up and say, I'm going Ruby this month. I'm signing 3 loyal customers this month. I'm going on my vacation in 2 months. I'm going to go to this, or I'm getting on the cruise, or I'm doing whatever. Hold on to that and let it motivate you. Because we all have a reason that we joined this, right? Whether we love the products, we just want to make some extra money, but what does that extra money do for you? Because if you don't hold on to that, the first snag you run into or the first goal you don't hit, you get frustrated and you're just like, oh, why am I doing this? But you should know why. Write it down, put it in your face every single day and look at it multiple times a day, and let it keep you motivated. So that's just my 2 cents.
I love that.
Look, you want to see mine? It's right here. I
think
printed
it
out, so
motivate-
it's $100,000 deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It motivates me when people are mean to me, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to show you different. That gives me drive when people say, really, you can't do that. You can't. My dad's so funny. He cracks me up because he's got a master's in psychology, so he always has to put the spin on it. And when I started this business, he seriously researched It Works inside and out, and which was really cool because I found some stuff out that I probably would have never known. Just being new, you wouldn't have known. But he was like, somebody said something sometime, and he actually he started going off. He's like, really? If you were a college professor, you'd have to go back to school and you have to do this and you have to do that and blah, blah, blah. You could work for It Works for 3 years and you could be an ambassador at Diamond Work, make $500,000 a year. And he's like, really? And I'm like, my dad's like 70 something years old. And he's like saying this to somebody. And I was like, that's awesome, Dad.
That's amazing.
He like researched it and he's like, no. So he tells me every day, he's like our biggest little cheerleader. He likes all of our pages and friend requests everybody and goes on there and likes everybody's stuff. So he's like our little fan club.
That's so sweet.
It is. It's awesome. So like if you ever see this little old man doing that on all your pages, it's probably my dad.
That's who it is.
Oh, that's hilarious. And I, with Robin said about the, making yourself goals, like when I started, if somebody would have said to me, you're going to quit your teaching job and you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, or you have the potential of making what Carrie Bowers making $117,000 a month, I would have been like, you're crazy. No way. And my goals were like, I want to be able to afford an iPhone. I want LASIK. I want fun money. And even now that I've been doing it, and so like my ultimate goal was I quit my job, and now my goals are, well, if I sign 2 distributors and get fast start bonuses, then I can get this part of my tattoo colored in. Or if I, and it's like these little things that keep me like, yes, I want to stay at home, but now it's those little extras, those little things that I know that I want to keep working for. So I still make myself, I have big goals. I got big ones, but I also have my little daily goals that I want to work towards too. Thanks for bringing that up, Robin.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we were going to talk about social media too, but we've been on here for 47 minutes and I don't want to keep you guys because then we eventually just start our brains just start going to mush. But
we kind of talked about it. The posting,
I was going to talk about apps and all those things and follow up and whatever, but that's just way too much.
Yeah, we could probably do like 6 Zooms for that.
Yeah. Doing the posting is huge, especially to start with. That's because learning to post, you can steal from anybody. Just make it your own. Nobody cares. If you see something you like, take it, steal it, but just make it your own. Change the wording a little bit, like where it's your phone number. You don't have to change everything on it. Just, make sure it's like your phone number or your information. So,
or don't say, I've been doing this for 4 years and this is where I'm at. Or
yeah. Just watch what, read it, make sure it's your own. And, but if it's like, oh, check out my friend, or whatever, you can totally take that, and
I like to try to change the picture too, because if you have a lot of mutual friends, and everybody posts kind of the same thing, the picture is what people see right away.
Yeah.
So if you post the same message with a different picture, it will just kind of help you know, and obviously make the post a little bit more your own. It helps tweak it and make it a little bit more original.
It's funny, I've noticed that lately, Robin, that you've been doing that.
Yeah.
And there's so many apps that make your pictures pop, and there's apps to write things on your picture. Maddie is doing an amazing job of adding, like, you know, especially on Instagram, you just scroll through on Instagram and she's got these great things on her pictures now. So there's so many apps out there, but as you start working through the business, you can start learning how to use the apps and what apps are great and out there for you.
Selfies attract a lot of people.
Right?
Yeah.
What does?
Selfies.
Selfies, yeah.
They're so hard. Maddie's so good at them, and I'll take 15 of them before I finally get one that's good.
Oh, I have a folder full of selfies when I got my hair done or did my hair, did my makeup. So, like today, I posted one that I was like, oh, Carrie Bauer's caption was awesome, but it was her selfie. So I was like, I'm going to post my picture with myself, or her wording with my selfie. And so it works.
Carrie Bauer is amazing, by the way. Y'all should follow her if you don't. I love her. Valerie, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, Erin's really good at this, and it's correcting me on whether I've taken a post and forgotten to change the pricing because American to Canadian, right? So every so often I'll be running through the post and I'll change some of them, but then about 5 minutes from then I'll get a message from Erin saying, so we're in Canada. This is the price. Oh, I changed everything else, but not that one. So
this is why you needed Erin. She was brought into your business for a reason.
I think everybody needs an Erin.
Yes, we all need an Erin.
So that's one thing that you have to take into account. So because the distributors are all over North America, all over the world, really. So the information that you're seeing there, that you're copying and pasting, might not be region specific.
Yeah.
Right.
One last thing I would like to add is, like, we went through a ton of stuff tonight and a lot of specifics and some stuff that you probably don't know what it is or what we're talking about for the brand new people. The biggest thing, like, you know, start going through your training, you were probably tagged in a couple posts, go through your eSuite training, but learn a little bit about the products, just be excited and start talking about it. Don't get overwhelmed by thinking like you have to learn all this stuff before you do that. Everyone here is here to help you. So, you know, I suggest to my new people, like, take a screenshot of your conversation. And if you don't know how to answer a question or the next thing to say or whatever, you know, we'll help guide you through step by step, because, you know, we just want you getting out there, that momentum. And like Heather said, you know, success loves speed. You want to get out there fast. You want to get the word out. You want to start getting those customers, and we'll help you with how to get them and how to sign them. Just learn a little bit about the products, figure out how you can help people with our products and with our opportunity. Don't wait, just get out there and go. Don't be overwhelmed. Just go, go, go. When I first got started, I had my wrap result pictures that Ronnie had sent me, and I was just like, oh my God, this wrap, I don't know what it is. Just try it. It's amazing. And I was like showing everyone the picture, and it got me a lot of momentum really fast. So, and I was just like, I don't know, let me find out. I don't know anything about this yet. So I was just like, whatever, I'm brand new, but it's fun and it's awesome, and look what it did. And, you know, that's all people really need to know. They need to see your excitement. They want to see your results, or, you know, share mine. I don't care. Hey, my friend Robin, oh my God, I haven't tried mine yet, but this is what it did for her. I can't wait to get mine in the mail. You know, show that excitement. And people want to see that. Like, if you go to a really good restaurant and you come back and you're like, oh my God, I just ate at blah, 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 and I tried this and it was so good. And, you know, they had awesome wine lists and blah, blah, blah. Someone's going to be like, oh yeah, cool. Let me go there Friday night on my date night or whatever. And it's the same thing. But if you're just like, yeah, I tried this restaurant and it was okay, like, no one wants to go there, right? So be excited and have fun with it. You know, we have a ton of fun on these Zooms, like, you know, just chatting with each other. You know, we're all super good friends, and the friendships you'll have in this business are amazing. But just have fun with it, be excited, and just get out there and share.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like being like diving in, and just like the urgency of getting out there. You gotta, you know, kind of why it's hot. Go, you know, go, go, go. Why you have that excitement? Why you have that? You know, if you sit around and kind of wait and sit. You know, the people that usually jump in and start taking off and going when they're excited about it, they do well from right out of the box, because they're excited and ready to do it. And if you sit back and just kind of like, take your time, you kind of let it burn out a little bit, you don't want to do that. It's like urgency. You want to get, you want to get in there and get it done. You're just kind of like, you have deadlines. You really do have deadlines. So you want to get it done, get your loyals done. You have 30 days to get them, but you want to get them done. I mean, I've heard people say within the first week, if you can get them, because then you're on.
Get them before your kit comes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've had distributors have their loyal customers already ready to sign when they signed up as distributors. Like they already had, 2 to 4 customers ready to sign as soon as they signed up. And that was really cool because they were like a step ahead. So, they already got their 120 and free product in their wrap award. And so they were already using the products fast, and they were able to jump in dive right into their business because they had products to use,
And they were even more excited because they were seeing results and
Yeah.
seeing not only from the products, but they were seeing customers, and they probably got
Yeah.
a fast star bonus or
Yeah.
commissions right away. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
So it's like you just got to go. It's like go. Like I think Rachel said, it strike while the iron's hot, right? That's what she's always told me from the get go. Just you get excited, just like after conference, everybody was excited. You have to, the Zoom meetings pump everybody up, for the next day. You're excited and ready to go again. So.
Awesome. Well, on that note, go be excited.
Yep.
Go share. And thank you guys for hopping on. I hope that it helped. But then, there's all of us all the time who are willing to help. And even sideline, upline, downline, it doesn't matter. We're always there to support. I actually just found a new sideline sister accountability partner, which I'm super excited about, going for the same rank that I am. So yeah, it doesn't matter, where we are in our big, huge, crazy team. We're always here to support each other. So make sure that you reach out, because we're all here for you. All right. Well, have a good night. Thank you guys for popping on. And Brandy and Mandy, we'll pop off and then we'll pop back on. Okay. Okay. All right. See you guys.
Bye. Bye.